All right, I'm going to tell you what I saw or I didn't see between Mount Shasta and McDowell, California, and it wasn't Bigfoot. And let me know what you think after the story. True story, and my family's heard it before. All right. Good morning. Welcome to Tectonic. I'm Darren. And if you've been here before, welcome back. And if you've never been here, well, welcome. And in the morning, I get pretty fired up because I start remembering stories, and I've got the energy to tell them before I head out and do some riding for the day. But this morning, it's about something I saw or I didn't see, and maybe you can help me with it if you've driven this section of highway. And you can Google Earth it, and then let me know what you think at the end of this. If you're a cyclist, or if you just drive that section of highway, or if you're a camper, this might interest you. It's a true story. I've told people about it and my family. And I had another experience in Klamath Falls that I just talked about in another video. I'll leave the link in there. It wasn't really a mysterious thing. It was just a nuisance, kind of getting harassed on a bike tour, but no big deal. But, excuse me, today, if you've driven that section of highway between Klamath Falls and Mount Shasta, there's really nothing there. There's McDowell, a little town that I went through or I go through. Now, I do this route quite a bit, or I have 4 times. And the other one is Mount Hebron. It's at the bottom of a grade. And you go up to the top of this kind of long grade, and then you're getting close to Mount Shasta. You start to see Mount Shasta. So you're kind of in Bigfoot territory, but, that's always what I hear about, like Bigfoot or, getting, like I was, kind of harassed by people, or whatever. Or UFO. I'm never really too worried about a UFO. Maybe just seeing one would be cool. Here's what happened to me. I'm riding my bike. I started in Klamath Falls that day, and anyway, that takes a lot of energy getting through there on a bike. I'm heading up through Hebron, and after that, there's nothing till Weed, the town of Weed. There's Grass Lake, which is a little rest stop area. But so at the top, I wanted to get to the top of the grade. It's a few miles up, and then camp. I've been Google Earthing this area. I've told you about how I Google and I look for spots. The railroad goes right through there, so there's like roads, access roads, that some you can't camp on because it's close to the railroad. Anyway, so I'm cruising along. It's getting dark, and I want to get over. I'm heading toward Mount Shasta and Weed, and it's starting to get level, and I go by, and I just see a building, and I don't know if it was maintenance building or something, and then I'm looking for the road I saw. I didn't want to stop. I'm getting tired. I finally see a road, and it's on my right. So if you look at this, it's the second road. I'm sorry, I was going to say first. Second road on your right after the top of the grade, after Mount Hebron. And then in between there and Grass Lake, there's really nothing. But I pulled into one of those, and it has a cattle grade, and I just went a little bit further, and then I just went left off the little dirt road, not too far, and then walked parallel to 97. This is Highway 97, and, I'm just going to sleep for the night. And actually not quite dark yet, but, I start early, and I'm getting tired, and I'm thinking, I always stop a little early. So I got in there, kind of got through the woods and, found a spot and set up. Now, those trees were kind of burnt right where I was, so there was really nowhere to just hide out. But I couldn't be seen from the highway or anything. I was good. But, you could see me from a little bit of a distance, no big deal. And there's nobody back there. Nobody. I Google Earthed it. There's nobody. So, took a nap. And then, I'm not dreaming here because I woke up and moved camp after this experience. I'm laying there and I hear this truck, old truck, going. I'm like, oh, holy cow! And I wake up, so I look out my tent a little bit, and here goes this old truck, not real old, just a 90s and late 80s thing. You see a lot of those up in that region. And it's going by, and there's a dog in the back, and it's not driving on the road. It's actually kind of like driving on the pine needles and through the trees, and there's no branches to, he's not going over a bunch of branches. He's just kind of meandering the truck through the trees. And I'm like, what the hell? And then I'm like, fuck, did I dream that? What the hell's that guy doing back here? pot grower or somebody who lives back here, they'd probably be on a road, or maybe not. Maybe that's like a great way to sneak back in the trees. Anyway, so I just like, all right, well, shit. I don't like that, and I'm not going to sleep good here. So if I can load up the bike, everything on here, and move through the woods and over, and I don't want to go back toward the highway. Now, keep in mind, I didn't go that far. I just needed to get in further to where the trees weren't burnt. Set up camp again where I felt okay. And I can hear the traffic and barely see the lights going by, I think, So I'm not far. And went to sleep. And that was a weird night, totally weird night, just because of that. I didn't sleep that well. And there was a red moon by Mount Shasta. And anyway, no problem. So I wake up early, and if you know me or bicyclists, we try to get up early and get the hell out of there if we're stealth camping get on the highway or get out of that spot before people are driving by and going to work. So I'm loaded up, pushing the bike through the woods, and then I'm like, I see a house through the woods, and there's a dog barking, and like a couple of trucks, and I can't see it real well, but it's there. It's obviously there, and I see like a white, looks like maybe an RV or something, but a house, and it's still kind of dark. I like to get out by the road while it's still dark, and I'm trying to get to the highway, but I'm going out a different way. I didn't go back to that little road by the cattle grade. I went parallel and then back toward the road, the highway, 97. And now this is on the western side of 97. And I go up this, I go through there, and oh man, I'm like, I got to get out of here. There's a house, a dog barking, and traffic's going to be coming by, and there's a barbed wire fence. And anyway, I don't want to slow us down on that barbed wire fence because it took some effort to get over that. I'm wearing chacos, and I'm muddy, and I'm trying to get over and up to the highway, up this little hill. And by the time I got to the highway, I was done. But I saw that house, and that's what stressed me out. I wanted to get out of there before somebody walked out of the house through the trees. Anyway, so I got up there, and my feet are frozen from the mud, and I'm rolling out of there, and I'm going toward Grass Lake on 97, and I had to get to Grass Lake and get water. I was out of water, and no, I wasn't hallucinating because I was out of water. No, I wasn't drinking or doing mushrooms or any of that. Wish I would have. Anyway, no, sorry. It was a weird experience, and then it's not over. I get to Grass Lake, and I'm like, oh, after I warm up, I'm gonna Google Earth that thing, and see what the hell happened there and where I went wrong, and I couldn't find anything. And I thought, well, when I get back to Mount Shasta, I'll look more, So, all right. Bottom line there, I don't want to go any further. I want a little feedback. If you've driven that part of the highway and you know it well, let me know what you think. Google Earth it. Did I hallucinate?